everybody. It's your pal Misty. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Today, we have a very special guest on the live stream. We have my friend Carolyn with Carolyn's Weight Loss Journey. So for those of you who may be new, thank you for joining, Carolyn. We appreciate you having you here.
Happy to be here.
Absolutely. So just wanted to say hi to everyone's been waiting in the chat for us. We appreciate that y'all were not better late than never and that you were, in fact, on time. Thank you for that, everyone. So just so you know, my name is Misty, and I've been doing a ketogenic diet for the last almost 15 months and am right around 95 pounds lost. A little bit of a nerd. I talk about everything. So poor Carolyn, she doesn't know what she's getting into today, but she still agreed to join me. So Carolyn, why don't you introduce yourself to the people?
Hey guys, so I'm Carolyn, obviously, from Carolyn's Weight Loss Journey. I started YouTube back in October 2019, started my weight loss journey September 2019 at 302 pounds. Chunky butt, but I lost about 70 pounds since then, and it's okay, Misty, because I'm a dork too. If you just take a look at my background that I got going on, so it's good.
All right. Well, we're definitely glad to have you here, and I appreciate everyone who's waiting. So let's just see. We see Davidson with Sugar Junkie was here. Hey, Davidson. Mary with Mary Gets Fit. Hey, Mary. Angel with Healthful Choices. Mama Misty is here, Miss PJ, everyone. There's G and Nikki. Yeah, you made it on time. You were early even. Look at us with the better late than never crew.
Going off.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, my mom is saying, Nikki, that she hopes everything goes well with your tooth. Nikki had a broken tooth that she's been suffering with. So, yeah, absolutely hope that goes well. And let's just see, just kind of catching up with the comments here. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Hey, CW, how are you? CW is one of my subscribers, not a content creator, but absolutely a great person to follow along. Yeah, Davidson, it does look, in fact, like all the awesome people are here. My mom says, 2 dorks, this should be fun. It should indeed be a good time. So, Carolyn, if you don't mind, I'm going to do a few channel shout outs, but if you don't mind, I'd like for you to tell the people what sort of made you decide to start I know you don't call it keto, I believe you call it keto-esque. Mm-hmm. So what sort of made you decide to start this keto-esque journey?
Sure. So, basically, I got, pretty comfortable with the old staying at home and snacking routine when COVID started, and started putting on a little more weight. Could tell that I was having issues breathing and just getting up in general. So I had visited my family, and they had a scale there. So I decided to weigh myself, and I was the biggest I had ever been when I stepped on, and I started crying. And my brother was kind of like, you know what, let's lose weight. Let's do this. We can do low carb. We've done low carb in the past, but there wasn't as many options available as there are now. But it's primarily a keto. I say keto-esque because it's not the strict keto, and I don't like calling it lazy keto because I feel like it shouldn't be lazy.
No, I hate that word.
So keto-esque, I'm doing low carb. I get the keto-friendly foods and stuff, and I'm also trying to do a lower fat with it to watch my cholesterol. So it's been working. I've been happy with it. I am a sugar addict, so I've found alternatives to help me with this, and I haven't cracked yet.
Yeah, and that's something that's really important too, is because you've tried things in the past, but for whatever reason you weren't able to stick with them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done so many different diets. It's ridiculous. And some of the ones, it's just like, why did I even start that? That's not sustainable. Like, there was a banana diet. I don't see myself eating, 4 bananas every morning for the rest of my life, or anything with beets on it. And there was a diet that we did where you had to have beets on a pretty regular basis, and I'm not a fan of beets. I found that out on that diet. And so I think it was pretty much I was set up for failure on those because they weren't realistic and they weren't sustainable. So with this, I can find alternatives, and I still feel like I'm getting regular food, if you will. So it's good. I like this. Oh.
Yeah, no, and absolutely. And that's something that I talk about often is people ask, especially people who are on a keto or low carb sort of lifestyle, they often ask, what are you going to do after you lose all the weight? And the answer is this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm going to keep up with the lifestyle. I mean, to me, it doesn't feel like I'm on a diet. So it's something that I can keep doing. And sure, there might be times where, I might have a meal that's not considered keto friendly or whatever. But I mean, it doesn't mean it has to become a regular thing in my life.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's funny too that you said you had one that had beets. I've talked before about doing a juice fast. I remember one time I drank beet juice. Just for the record, not recommended. My tongue sort of went numb, and I thought something had gone horribly wrong, and it still tasted like dirt. So yeah, I can't imagine a diet. I have been. You said you were on a banana diet. Was it just pretty much all bananas was what you were supposed to eat, or was it just really heavy fruit? Because I've done like a 90-10 diet where 90% of it was just fruit.
I don't remember the whole specifics because I feel like I might black that out of my mind a little bit. But I just remember that it was like I had these handfuls of bananas every morning. I'm just like, I don't want to eat it because I got sick of bananas really quick. But I mean, my brother, he's good with bananas. He loves bananas. He can eat them all day long. And I think my mom can too. But I don't know. If I keep eating something that repetitive, it's like I start getting in my mind that this is disgusting, and then I feel nauseous. So I couldn't do the banana diet. It wasn't anything that I could keep up with. So
yeah, and I think to your point, especially now these days, there's so many more options of different food types that it definitely helps make it sustainable. And I know that you, for one, are a fan of the occasional special sugar-free treat. Do you have any favorites that you've picked?
Well, I make a chocolate peanut butter candy, which is really good. But I can't make it all of the time, and I can't keep massive amounts of them on hand because I will still be tempted to binge and eat more than I should. So those I really enjoy at times. And then I also really like the enlightened ice creams. They're just really good.
They are. I enjoy the enlightened. I like the rebel, but I like the consistency of the enlightened. There's a peanut butter chocolate one with like a chocolate ribbon strip in it. That's really delicious. All right, so let me just jump in the comments real fast before Kaylee freaks out on me. Howdy, Kaylee. Aunt Misty loves you. Sorry, I haven't been reading the comments. Sorry, she said I wasn't. How could I not respond to a second grader? I'm sorry. Yes, I'm live streaming, Kaylee. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Let's see who else we have in the comments here for just a minute. Becky's here with my 5-star live. Hi, welcome to the live stream. We're glad you got to make it as well. Let's see. Why aren't I answering a second grader? That's so funny. Mary says the best. You know what? I think if we click on that, look at that.
Oh,
we can fancy. I'm fancy. I'm even more advanced than last time, everybody.
Oh.
But yeah, Mary says the best diet is one you'll be able to sustain the rest of your life. Absolutely, it's a lifestyle. So Lexi's here. Lexi with Fat Don't Talk. Welcome to the live stream, Lexi.
And I know that my family is watching. They don't comment, but hey, family.
Hey, family. Thank you for letting me borrow Carolyn today. We appreciate it. All right. I see Angel said, hi, Natasha. Is Natasha here with Eco Fit and Fab? Did I miss that comment?
I may
have. Oh, we're behind already, Carolyn. We're only like 9 minutes in and we're already behind on the comments.
Sorry, guys.
All right, let's see. Okay. Meemaw, tell Pop that Kaylee loves. Let's see. CW said that she just tried the Kroger keto ice cream last night and it reminds her of Rebel. It was good. I haven't even seen, I go to Kroger all the time. I haven't even seen that they have a keto ice cream.
We don't have a Kroger, so I
Oh,
can't try it. But I have had Rebel, and I do like them. They're good.
yeah.
Mary
Okay.
said hi, Carolyn's family.
What did she say? I'm sorry.
Mary said hi, Carolyn's family. Your mom said
Oh.
hi, Carolyn's family. You guys are so nice.
Kaylee said that I have lost more weight than she weighed.
Hey, that's awesome.
My mom says hello to your family as well.
Yeah.
That's my mom. Carolyn's family is Miss PJ. Kayla went to Walmart. That's great. Okay, so I think we're all kind of caught up in the comments. So thank you, everybody, again for joining. We really appreciate you being here. We don't have any specific topics again. So if y'all have any questions that you would like to ask Carolyn, because I'm going to tell you to ask her first, but I mean, I'll have opinions as well. But if you have questions for either one of us, just general questions, diet specific questions, because a lot of people seem to be interested in the sugar-free sort of diet that we do. And I know that there are a lot of questions. So if you have any, please let us know. What I'd like to know, Carolyn, while we wait for questions, is what is the number one tip that you would give someone starting this specific type of diet?
Probably just don't beat yourself up if you do a misstep in the beginning. Because if you're, like me, going from someone who ate a lot of sugar and a lot of junk in a day to just going over and not doing that, it's going to take time for it to actually become a habit. It's not something that you're going to just click off and you're okay, I'm good. I don't need sugar. It's not like that. I still at times just need chocolate and I have to do something about it. So don't beat yourself up if you make a misstep, just correct it on the next meal. And if you need something sweet, find an alternative because there's so many alternatives out there and they're good. They really are.
Well, and that's something that, and I want your take on this because they are good. If you're currently eating this way, did you try any treats like before you started or when you maybe weren't as, strict on what you were eating? And did you find that they tasted different? Because I have found that some of them don't taste as good if I've had sugar in my system. And I'm curious if you've found the same thing to be true with some of the treats, because I don't want people to be turned off when they first try them and think they're bad. So I'm just curious if you had that same experience.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes you have to go into it knowing that it's not going to be exactly the same, but it's going to be a lot of times pretty close. And I feel like, well, I know when my mom, she used to just get sugar-free candies and have them around. So like Russell Stover's sugar-free candies and stuff. And I thought they still tasted good. And I just kind of look at it as I was so okay with just eating anything sweet. So it's like, why can't I just change that mindset and be okay with eating anything that's sugar substitute sweet? And not everything's going to taste the best, but there's also other brands of similar items. So I would say to try multiple brands if you're looking for a specific thing, because one brand may be terrible, but then you get another brand and it's really good. So, it can be off-putting at first, but it is something that you definitely adjust to.
I think so too. And speaking of different brands, CW has a question. Says, what type of tortillas, and I know you have an opinion on this, what type of tortillas have you used and think are best for this lifestyle?
Oh, yes. I use the Aldi Fit and Active low-carb tortillas. They are so good, and they're so versatile. I was telling Misty this before. Like, I use it for tacos, quesadillas. I've made chips out of them. You can cut them in strips and put them in like a chicken noodle soup, and it's almost like a noodle. It's good. And I've just found so many different ways. I even made egg rolls with them. Like, you've probably heard of like an egg roll in a bowl type of keto meal, but I made that stuff and then I wrapped it in a tortilla and I fried it and it tasted like an egg roll. And I I love those tortillas. I have to have them on hand. They're so good.
Yeah, we're definitely part of the taco tribe, but you take those tortillas and even make them go one step farther. So, yeah, you blew my brain open when you said you made the egg roll in a bowl into an egg roll. I was like, wow, I never thought of that.
It was a great decision.
I know, right? I'm definitely gonna have to give that one a go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nikki says you have the best recipes, Carolyn. Carolyn does several good recipes. You know what? I don't know why I didn't do this one at first, but let's shout out Carolyn's channel. Hello.
Shout out to me.
What are you doing? Shout out to Carolyn. Carolyn, you are now at 321 subscribers, everybody. Look at you go. But just in case, I don't think there are any of you here that aren't subscribed to Carolyn, but just in case, I'm going to give her channel a shout out so you can go and subscribe and look at some of those delicious recipes that she is able to put together.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying to
jump all over the place. Let's see. Nikki says, agree, Davidson. We have started the no sugar challenge over more than she would like to admit. And absolutely, that's the thing. It's not easy. It's easier now for me, I always say, because I'm about 15 months in. But even now, it's still not easy. It is a challenge. Like Carolyn said earlier, it's something you just kind of have to stick with and make sure that this is something that you can do, use those alternatives. And then I wanted to call this out because this is a big thing for a lot of people. Davidson says if he eats sugar-free sweets, they still trigger him to crave real sugar. And so he wants to know if you struggle with that at all, or after you eat that stuff, do you feel just as strong to go back into the no sugar the next day?
For me personally, if I eat stuff that is alternatives for sweets, like the peanut butter squares that I make, they're really good. And if I let myself, I could sit there and eat every one of them that I just made. But I haven't found that I actually get triggered to eat regular sugar. I think something kind of changed in my mindset to where it's like, I don't need it. So I guess my brain's just telling me, I mean, this is good enough. Eat this, you're good. And I feel like I don't struggle too much with wanting to go back to the regular sugars, especially because I constantly remind myself where I started and where I don't want to get back to. So like, I don't want to get up to 302 pounds ever again in my life. Right. So I try to remind myself of that. And I mean, I go back into it the next day. If I'm wanting something that's sweet or I don't have, alternative to, I'll find something else. And like I said, I'll try not to have too much of it on hand. So it's like kind of no matter what, the next day I have no choice but to not eat it because I don't have it. So.
Yeah, and I find the same thing, but and that is a very good point to call out is some people do have that. If they have any sweet, they crave that real sugar. I'm also one of those lucky ones, I think, in this diet, especially where it's not so much that I crave the sugar as much as my body doesn't work as well on it. Yeah. So, and I think, like you said, it's a lot of that mind shift of this is where we are. We're just going to do it again tomorrow. It's a daily moment by moment, struggle as we go through. So Mary wants to know if you have any keto cookie recipes. Now, for those of you who don't know, even though Mary is not keto, she's always on the lookout for some good recipes that she posts for us to try. But do you have any good cookie recipes?
So I didn't actually, I'm sorry, my cat's getting into something in there. I actually have not tried to come up with a official keto cookie recipe on my own, but my brother is a really good baker and a really good cook too. And he actually came up with a chocolate chip cookie recipe and a peanut butter cookie recipe. And they're really, really good. I don't remember everything that's in it, but I know it involved Carb Quick. That's what it's called. I don't know if you've ever had that.
I have not had it. It's the yellow box, right?
Yeah. It's
I've seen it.
Like a keto friendly low carb version of Bisquick. It does have a slightly different taste to it, like if you're just eating a straight biscuit or anything like that. But I don't know. I feel like he made the cookies and he might have sprinkled a little magic in it to make it taste like something other than what it was. So My brother has really good recipes, and maybe I can convince him to.
Yeah.
So
Share with us. Absolutely
Yeah.
share with us. Or share with Carolyn so she can share with us.
Yeah.
My niece wants to know if you have any keto tortillas.
We just went shopping yesterday, so I like to try to buy as many as I can at once, so I have them on hand. So I bought like 8 packages of them. We freeze what we don't use, so
they actually freeze beautifully. So it's a great topic. All right, so question for me from Lexi. Since you're wearing the Mandalorian shirt now, does that mean that you'll be wearing the Avatar shirt for the 5K? Yes, Lexi. I've already done my 5K this morning, and spoiler alert, I cried a bunch, guys. I cried a bunch. It was an emotional morning for your pal Misty, but I did that 5K, and I actually did it in the fastest time since I started walking in April. And we'll talk more about that in the video, but yes, the 5K is done. Now you get the Mandalorian shirt for the live stream. And for those of you who didn't know in the video, the reason this is sort of a fun Mandalorian shirt is this is Boba Fett and not the Mandalorian. And I thought that was kind of cool that they put somebody else on there.
My husband actually just brought in the tortillas in here. So these.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Brady.
Low carb tortilla. If you guys have not tried these, highly recommend.
Magical low carb tortilla. I love it.
And my brother actually sent me a text and said, speaking of egg rolls and recipes, you should do a recipe video on the egg rolls. The people wanted to see it. And by people, I mean me. So that's my brother.
And me too. I want to see it. Even though I can conceptualize it in my mind, I definitely want to see it anyway. CW says, oh, great. They have an Aldi there. Yeah, definitely go check it out.
They got some good finds.
Oh, Kaylee, thank you. You have a Yoda picture waiting for me. I appreciate that. You know Misty loves Yoda. We have jumped all over the place. Egg rolls, oh boy. Congrats on over 300 to Carolyn. Absolutely. Carolyn hit 200 on my live stream, and now she's at 320. So she's going to pass me in a couple of days, and I'm excited and here for it. And I certainly hope this live stream helps you do that as well.
That would be fun.
50 Shades Gray. That's of green. That's G. Go check out that channel actually too.
Yeah. They have some beautiful scenic views of Ireland. It's amazing.
CW's been watching your videos, Carolyn.
Thank you.
That's actually one of your most watched, you said, right?
Yeah, that's one of my most watched videos. And it's kind of funny because we went into it, I knew my brother was going to cut my hair because I asked him to. And he had never cut hair before. And he was like, sure. I was like, oh, yeah, by the way, I want to record it for a video. So I did, and maybe put a little bit of pressure on him, but it was fun doing it. I felt like I got a little silly excited at the end of it with my hair flipping it around, but that's just because I'm goofy at times.
I've been secretly, not so secretly, stalking Carolyn's page. She knows I've been commenting. We found out last night, and this is totally not anything to do with diet. We have the exact same dream car. A 1957 Chevy Bel Air candy apple red with a red and white interior, preferably soft top.
Yeah, it was funny because Misty just messaged me and she's like, we like the same car. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Oh, and her husband Brady and I are birthday twins.
Birthday twins.
Yeah,
she's like, what day is he born? Oh, wait, that's my birthday.
Yeah, Mary's been doing the 21-day sugar fast from Davidson at Sugar Junkie, and she says that she's starting to feel sick now if she eats regular sugar, that it feels way too sweet. Yeah, I've done that. There are days where I eat foods that are not keto, and sometimes I tried to have regular soda because, I'm a soda junkie. I'm not a sugar junkie in food so much as I am with the soda, but I tried to drink a soda and it was just too sweet. So I just couldn't do it. They said
getting crazy to the side. So if you guys hear anything in the background, my cat's just playing. So
okay. Which one? Loki or
Loki. We have
Mhm.
where we because we get bottles of water, and where we have them, he likes to try to climb inside of the packages. So
Cats
he's
are weird.
he's an oddball. Cute.
So yeah,
Oh
so
yeah.
yeah, some of you were saying thank you or congratulations on the 5K. Yeah, thanks. There were a whole bunch of us who didn't. I can't wait to see your videos as well. Oh, Smithy's here. Hey, Smithy. We're going to be starting your challenge soon on June the 1st, Smithy. He's doing a beginner challenge, and we're going to get that started. Oh, Mary ended up doing over her 5K. She was at 8.8.
Mary's a go-getter. I would be the one that's like watching, like, oh, okay, yeah, nope, that's 5. We're done. No more than that. Oh, that's my husband.
Yep, he agrees. So I just wanted y'all to know, husband approved. That means they really are good.
They are. They were really good. I've made them a few times now, and I was very pleased with them because some of you may know that Chinese food was my weakness prior to keto. So anything I could find Chinese food related is a win in my book.
Yeah, absolutely. CW was saying the same sort of thing about sugar. A lot of people, once they go off the sugar, have to kind of stay away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, look, it's Alexandra's posting, but that's Val with Home Workout Health Hub. She's currently giving us all abs, sort of. I have muscles on the side too, like right here. There's muscles there, and on the top, they're in all the places in your stomach. It's just amazing. So let me just ask you really quick, how has this challenge been going for you, Carolyn?
Pretty good, actually. I've consistently did it every day. I have not missed a day, which I'm pretty proud of myself for doing. Sometimes when I'm lying on the floor trying to do the ab exercises, I'm, grunting and like, I can't do this, but I still try. And, Val's just smiling up there, and she's just, doing things to where it looks so easy, and I'm over here struggle bussing. And I'm just like, nope, Val can't do that. Oh, we're modifying. So it's been fun. I feel like something might be happening. I maybe have like an ab under all the fat, but I mean it's exercise, and I need to increase my exercise. So I've been doing that and been feeling good about it. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great fun. If you haven't checked out Val's channel at Home Workout Health Hub, definitely go check it out. She has a lot of different types of videos as well. But yeah, she's very motivating, very inspiring and encouraging. And I've already told her, sometimes I holler at her, stop telling me to breathe. I know I need to breathe, but I wasn't breathing. It's like she's in the room with me and knows every time I don't breathe, and Zen's like, breathe, Misty. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it was literally like I think the first or second video, she was like, don't forget to breathe. And I was like, oh yeah, that thing. Okay. So I had to take a really deep breath because I was not breathing. Holding it.
Yeah, and you're saying that you can't, you would join, but you're not there yet. That was me for several months. So everybody, each to their own. If you're ready to do it and want to join along, no pressure ever from us. We're the Better Late Than Never crew, and you can join at any time.
Yep, because it's better late than never.
Uh-oh, now you're making them crave Chinese food.
Oh, well, there's some keto recipes and some healthy versions of it.
Yeah, there are.
There's still healthy versions you can find.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like, I have said it before, the keto-esque lifestyle is what I am doing. It's working for me. I know it's working for Misty, and it's working for a lot of people, but you don't have to do that diet to lose weight. There's other diets to lose weight. And I think whatever journey you're doing, whatever, diet plan you're doing, a lifestyle you're choosing, if it's working for you, keep doing it. Like I support anyone. I don't care what diet they're on, what healthy eating plan they're doing. You guys are awesome, and just keep on doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's for us, and I know Carolyn and I have talked about this before, we appreciate how many of y'all follow us who don't do the same diet that we do. And we follow a lot of people who don't do the same diet that we do, because we're here for the journey. We're here for the community. We're here for the, support and the success. And it's been such an eye-opening experience to me. When I started, I didn't expect anyone to follow along, and then got looped into this community where some people still aren't doing fitness. Some people do all the fitness and don't really even care about the food. And that's what's so impressive and inspiring to me, is it's all about the growth, right? Well, like I said that earlier too, maybe not growth, we want to get smaller, but it's about the mental growth and the growth in yourself, of admitting that this is what you deserve as a person. You deserve to be healthy. You deserve to do the things you want. And it's about finding the ways that work for you that allow you to do that. And there are so many things that I have learned about weight loss from people who don't eat the way that I do. And so if I was just only watching keto channels, I'd be missing out on so much. So I really appreciate y'all being here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree, because there's even people that, I follow or I watch that they're, just trying to modify some of the way they eat. They might not even do that. It might just be that they're trying to be healthy and fit. And I watch them and I draw inspiration from it, because, there's some of them, they're exercising, they're doing all these crazy things. And I'm just sitting here like, one day, maybe I can
do that. Yeah.
And, I'm just relishing in your amazing awesomeness to, like, even lift your body, because my arms can't lift my body right now. So it's like I get inspiration from that. So it doesn't matter what journey you're on. It's just the fact that you are sharing it with people, and it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Lexi, for saying it's a great live. Yeah, please go hit that like button to show the stream some love.
Some love.
Brady said, yeah, Carolyn has a good keto orange chicken recipe that she likes. So we may be able to see that one day too.
Yeah.
Val says Carolyn looks like a Barbie doll because you're so pretty. You do look lovely today, Carolyn.
Thanks. I've noticed I awkwardly take compliments because I don't know how to react to them. But thank you.
Yeah. You've had some pretty random, awkward comments, though. So at least this one was a good, positive comment.
Yeah. Didn't give me that creepy feeling.
Yeah, this is not creepy at all. So thank you. I appreciate that you say we're both amazing. Let's see. I started following other people to get their take and understand more instead of just sticking to what I know. This is a great community of people, and I feel, the support. Absolutely, I agree with that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mary says, I think the majority of people I follow doing keto. She loves to see other types of lifestyles. Keto doesn't work for her, but she loves supporting because I know it works for a lot of people. Absolutely. And that's what it's about, right? It's not about supporting. Just like there are people who post regularly, consistently, and then they'll go away for a few weeks and then they come back. And it's what happens to a lot of people where you're struggling and then you don't want to show people. And that is perfectly okay. And I totally get that. And recently what I've been trying to do is, even though I am struggling, for those of you who follow along, I'm struggling with eating, not with overeating or binge eating, just eating in general. And so I think getting all of those points of view out there are very helpful and make you feel not alone, even if it's not exactly the same, that you have those people that become part of your family and you want them to succeed. And when they don't, you want to support them in that too.
Yeah.
So
that's why I think it's kind of, I talked about it a little bit in my last video, and I know Sarah made a video all about it. And it's just amazing to me that people think that the way to basically set someone straight for being healthier or eating healthier or not being overweight is to tell them to stop eating, or you shouldn't eat, or that's anything you eat is bad for you, so don't do it. And I just feel like that is such terrible advice. Because if someone tells me that, especially past, like I've had people say stuff to me about what I'm eating. I had a relative before say that a piece of chocolate cake that I was eating, that everybody else was eating too, she said that it was going to kill me specifically, that one piece of cake. So for me, that's not helpful. that is crushing to me. That is devastating to me. And being an emotional eater, you're just going to make me eat more because I get the comfort from the food. And it's not something that everybody's going to think is logical, but that's how it works in someone's mind, that the food is the comfort. And if you say something mean, it's not going to help. And so you really need to surround yourself with people that are uplifting, people that are just, if you stumble, they're saying, that's okay, you got it, you can do tomorrow. And that's what all of you guys do. And it's so amazing to me. Like I when I started this, I did not think that I was going to fall into, a community that was so welcoming and so just full of people that are so loving, that they've never seen me in person, and I'm thankful that Nikki was there. That my very first video, Nikki commented on, and she's like, "Hey, new friends here," and it's like, "Yeah, you new friends," and she brought me into her little world, and everybody's great, and I love it.
Yeah, they did. Well, Nikki stole me from G. So for those of you who don't know, G and Nikki are Too Fat, Too Furious. I can't imagine that y'all don't know them. But yeah, they captured Carolyn, and then they captured me and a bunch of y'all who are in this community. And we're definitely happy to be a part. So I saw Smithy said that he had a good idea for a full day of eating. I love those types of videos, no matter what type of diet you're doing. I think it's so interesting to see what different people eat to make it work for them, right? And just to Davidson's point here in this comment, he says that no two brains or bodies are the same. So the only thing that matters is that you do what works for you. And sometimes the struggle is determining what that is, because I know, and I've talked about on my last live stream as well, that I have tried all the things. Yeah. Have you done the same? Have you tried all the things before you got here?
Yeah, I've tried so many different things. I got signed up with a physician's weight loss center once. And I know there's people that could have worked for, but even when I went into the consultation, I was talking to the lady there, and she's telling me, "Oh yeah, it's great because it's monitored by doctors," and da da da. And I'm like, okay, but I really want to change the way that I'm eating, my lifestyle, the way I'm eating. I don't want to just always be consuming like powder mixes and stuff like that. And I know that works for, some people, a lot of people, but I'd done Slim Fast before and stuff like that. And it didn't work for me. And it wasn't sustainable. So I had expressed that, I didn't want to have to purchase meals specifically from you guys all the time. Like, I want help. And she's like, "Oh yeah, we're that's what we do. We're here to help you. We'll help you change your lifestyle and your eating." And I'm like, okay, this sounds good. So I signed off on the contract, thought I was good to go. And as I was walking out, she's like, "Okay, let's go over here to the closet so you can pick your foods." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" She takes me over there, and it's just all these powdered foods and mixes and stuff like that. And I was like, I was swindled. This is great. But I tried it for a while. I got their foods. I was going to the gym thing that they had there, and it wasn't right for me. And there's so many diets that are not right for people. So you have to find the one that is right for you. And that's very important to losing the weight and keeping it off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love this comment that Mary just made. We might not have the same lifestyle, but we have the same goal, which is to get healthy. It's like belonging to a big family with different opinions, but your family, so you still support them anyway. I love that, Mary. I think that's an awesome way to look at it. We are a big family, and we are all different, and we are all struggling with different things, but yet we're all here just to support each other. Bella! Hey, Bella, welcome to the live stream. I'm so excited you're here. It's good to see you, Bella. Yep, we are all family. Everybody saying hi to Bella. Kaylee wants to know if we have a recipe for keto tacos. My recipe is just to put, Kaylee, some type of meat into a low-carb tortilla. I have a feeling Carolyn may have some more advanced recipes than that, but...
Yeah, I mean, I season mine up in taco seasoning and just make it taste like taco meat. It's not too difficult. I just get taco seasoning that's not too crazy in carbs and mix it in the taco meat and use my low carb tortillas and we're good to go.
Yeah,
we are quick meals too.
They are quick meals. Yeah, we are part of the taco tribe for sure.
Taco tribe.
Yes. Hey, Kelly. I don't know if you know Kelly or not, Carolyn. I've been following Kelly for a while. She has some amazing keto recipes. So you can definitely go after the live and check her out and see some of that. Oh, it's Laura with Fat Fit. Hey, Laura, I'm so glad you could make it. I know you were hoping you could make the live. I'm glad you got to drop by. CW says, sister doesn't need to eat keto. She does very well with eating more carbs and having a variety of foods that affect us. Yeah. We don't beat you up. You don't beat us up. We'll support you, in whatever works for you. It's just, and it's supporting along the journey of trying to find that out. So.
Yeah. And I know there's even someone that is following me now, and she had commented on one of my videos, and she actually does a high carb diet and eats a lot of potatoes and stuff. That's Potato Patty. I don't know if you've heard of her, but she does kind of like the opposite, and it's working for her. I mean, she has modifications, obviously, but she's doing a good job. So it's really about what works for you specifically. So,
yeah. Oh, hey, Cheryl, you made it to the live. Hello. Cheryl is also one of my followers, but not a content creator. I think, Cheryl, that you're on Instagram, though. I'm pretty sure, but I don't think she has a YouTube page. Let's see. It looks like a lot of people just saying hi to everybody. Hi, Bella. Hey, Mary. Hey, Val. Yeah. Everybody's saying hi.
Mary says she has that keto recipe for the wrap coming. She showed us a picture of that. That looks amazing. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna have to make that.
Yeah, absolutely. She did that keto pizza crust too the other day. That looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking about trying soon the chaffle. We were talking about that because
Carolyn, you got to get on the chaffle wagon. Oh my gosh! Too bad Steffi isn't here to be on my side to promote it for you.
I'm not allowed in the keto world for sure unless I have a chaffle.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, a chaffle is something very popular in the keto sort of community where it's basically cheese and egg, and you put it in a mini waffle maker and you use it as a bread substitute. But there are so many different recipes. I always say there's 42,000 recipes for a chaffle. You can make it taste more like a white bread. You can make it taste more savory. You can make it sweet. When I did my 5-day egg challenge, I had chaffles every single day. I would make a chaffle with cheese and egg, then make an egg salad with egg, and then make an egg salad sandwich on my chaffle. Just amazing.
Egg on egg on egg.
You got to get on the bandwagon. Try it once. Even my mom likes it. Even Kaylee ate the chaffle. Now, really? I don't know if she likes it or not. But she
yeah, I'm interested in trying the egg white one because, like I said, I'm trying to watch my cholesterol. So, sorry, going to have cheese in there. It'd be a little bit better, I guess.
Yeah, well, and there are some episodes. There are some recipes that don't use cheese. There's all different kinds of recipes, so you can definitely go check that out. She says, a high carb diet I'd love, but it wouldn't work for me. I love my carbs. I love my carbs.
Yeah, it wouldn't work for me either.
Yeah, I mean, it would work for me mentally.
Yeah.
And I say that, but then I know when I eat them, my mental stuff would not be as good.
Yeah.
Because
I was just telling Misty day before yesterday, I don't know. One of these days I was telling Misty about the avocados that I made where I got the avocado, I took out the inside, I scraped out a little, I make this like cream cheese mixture, ranch mixture for the middle and wrap it in bacon. I tried that recently and it tasted like a loaded potato skin and I was super happy about it. Because I haven't had a potato in a while.
You had me at potato skin. Absolutely. I love a potato. Like they have that potato diet that people will just do nothing but eat potatoes. And I'm like, I'm totally down for that in my brain because I love a potato. But I know my body doesn't love the potato as much.
I love the potato. Potato doesn't love me. That's so
Carbs are not always my friend. Kelly has a rack of ribs on the smoker. That sounds
Go to
delicious.
Kelly's house.
Yeah, right. Here we come. Yeah, barbecue season is a great time for keto, isn't it? Just put that on the grill and be good to go.
Oh my goodness. So what I mean, most of your viewers probably have seen your love for soda.
I love soda, Carolyn.
I do. We were talking about that too, where we were talking about our favorites, and one of my favorite sodas is the very worst one, which is Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
So you usually do. You're not doing the bang so much right now, right? You're trying to switch to it.
I'm back on the bang. You haven't seen the vlog yet.
Back on the bang.
back, everybody. Well, today I'm doing good, and I just have some tea.
Oh.
With Splenda.
There you go. Yeah, no, I am also thankful for coming into the community with you guys, just because Misty was the one that introduced me to the sparkling ice drinks.
Yeah, those are delicious.
They're really good. And I used to have soda a lot, and I tried the Zevia brand, and I had an allergic reaction to that. So I couldn't really do that. So when she mentioned the sparkling ice, I tried that, and it was a very good substitute for me, at least. I know some people might not like it, but to me, it tastes like soda. So
yeah, no, I do like the sparkling ice. My mom actually turned me on to it, but she tried it when I first started keto, and I wasn't a big fan. And then the more I got into it, and then I tried it again, and it was much better. Sort of what I talked about earlier, where if you're not in the no sugar phase,
in the beginning,
the sugar-free stuff, may taste a little bit weird now. And I love a sparkling ice. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, if I also love the root beer zero. It's my favorite. The root beer. Yeah. I have so much soda. I just stock up when it goes on sale, and it's that thing, right? You have that one vice that you don't want to give up.
Right. Yeah. See, yours soda, mine's the chocolate.
Yeah, absolutely, right. And that's and some people are the sugar-free substitute sweets. That's what they need. Or bread alternatives. Like Aldi does a good bread alternative too. I know you said you got their hamburger buns, which looked just like a hamburger bun. I haven't found those yet. Very excited about
I actually use their sliced keto zero carb bread that they have. I used that this morning and made myself some French toast with it. Because I got the Chalk Zero maple syrup, put it on it. Like it. And like you said, I mean, some people going into it, if they just try these things, they're going to be like, oh, that's disgusting. Why did you recommend that? Give it a little while.
Yeah, well, like Davidson, my sugar junkie, says, give it at least a good 21 days. You have to get into it. So, and here's one thing I was actually sharing. I don't think she's on the live, but I was sharing with Alicia, Fit Life with Alicia. She had a video, and I was telling her that I had a trainer once, a corporate trainer, tell me that everybody believes in this thing of practice makes perfect, but it doesn't. Practice makes habit. Only perfect practice could make perfect. So it's not that you're practicing perfection. It's that you're practicing to get into the habit and letting your body adjust and get rid of that sugar and start working on the ketones that are emitted instead of the glucose. And once you get there, it is still a mental struggle every day, but the physical struggle, as long as you stick to it, normally works for the people that it's going to work for. My mom, it doesn't work. But there are still things, this is her right here, that she says they have some pretty good sugar-free barbecue sauces.
Yes.
And they do. They're really delicious.
I was really excited. I used to love Sweet Baby Ray's. And I was so excited when I found their no sugar Ray's barbecue sauce. Because to me, it tastes very close to it. Because I've adjusted to, the sugar substitute and to this way of eating. But actually, yesterday when we got our groceries, I had, because we do the curbside pickup, so I had ordered a G. Hughes brand of the honey mustard, and they replaced it with a Ray's no sugar added honey mustard, which I forgot that I had even seen at one point, and I got so excited because I like honey mustard. I make those chicken nuggets. I have honey mustard I could dip it in.
Oh yeah, Carolyn has a delicious keto chicken nugget recipe on her channel. If you want to go check it out, it's very, very good.
Yeah, and I will say that my brother has also come up with a way of making a low carb mock Chick-fil-A sauce. But again, it's his recipe, so I didn't want to swipe it.
Give it to her. Please give it to her so that she can give it to us. A lot of people love the Chick-fil-A sauce. I saw in the news there was like an outage or something and people were freaking out.
Super easy to make too.
Mary says she's tried a zero sugar flavoring drink for the water called Bolero, and it's changed her life. She's been drinking over 100 ounces of water. I, too, will use a water enhancer. Is that something that you've ever used or tried?
Yeah, there's 3 of them that are probably my favorite that I get. There's Arnold Palmer, the half lemonade, half tea, quart bottles. And then I get the Crystal Light strawberry lemonade. And then there's Fit and Active, and then there's also just generic, like Martin's brand, I think it was, I got of orange flavoring. I love those 3 of them, and it definitely helps with water. Especially because I have a hard time taking in enough water. So if I could flavor it a little and still get it, I'm about that life.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and like I said, I have tea sometimes. I'm Texan, guys. So when I say tea, I need you to understand 2 things. Number 1, it is cold. And number 2, it is sweet. Because people say they like, oh, it is? Okay. People say they like tea, and then they're like, do you want it sweet or unsweet? That shouldn't be a question. I want it sweet. It's tea. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And my mom actually, years ago, she switched to unsweet tea just to try to help her blood sugar and stuff. And occasionally she'll put in now a packet of non-sugar sweetener, but she would tell me it's, you know, you just got to adjust to it. I cannot. Maybe I could if I gave it more than one try, but usually when I take that first sip, I'm just like, ugh, got a sweetener in it.
That's like me with the sparkling water. I keep trying those stupid things and I'm like, this one's going to be good. Oh, this is sparkling water. It's watermelon and lime. That has to be amazing. It's disgusting. I can't stand it. Why do I keep trying it? I want to like it so bad, and I just don't. So everybody has their own thing. Oh,
I will say CW said that they like the Aldi keto bread and buns, and they just got it in their stores. So I really enjoy the buns. They're really, really good, and they are definitely a good substitute for the regular stuff. And they make a really good barbecue sandwich or hamburger. The only thing I will say that I've noticed, they mold super fast. So my recommendation, if you get the keto buns, put them in the freezer right when you get them, and don't take them out until you're ready to use them. Because health is not friendly to them.
That's so funny you said that, because I had a keto Aldi haul a while back, and about a week and a half before the expiration of the bread, the bread was molded and I had to throw it out, and I was heartbroken. Yeah. And I was like, well, now I know, get it out, put it in the freezer, and then keep it there. Have you ever heard of or tried the Smart Baking Company?
No, I haven't.
They have hamburger buns that are delicious. They also do these little cupcakes or muffins. They're called Smart Cakes or Smart Muffins. Oh, girl, they're so good. But I really like their hamburger buns. It's a really good consistency. They hold together really well, and they freeze beautifully, and they're intended to be frozen. So I think that's a good tip for anyone who does like those keto bread alternatives. Don't leave it out on your counter like regular bread. Absolutely.
Even when, like with the sliced bread, we put them in the freezer if we're not using them right away. And then when we have a pack that we're using, we keep it in the fridge. It's been fine in the fridge too with that, but I probably wouldn't keep it too long in there.
Yeah, that's true. And for me too, because I'm single, so I don't eat as much as, because you and Brady eat basically the same things, right? He's sort of, Carolyn's whole family, like she said earlier, has joined her in doing this, and they've all had actually really good success from what you've said. Both your brother and Brady have dropped quite a bit of weight, and your brother's getting in on the fitness. So I think that's really cool. Have you ever tried Pure?
I haven't even heard of it, honestly. I've tried monk fruit and I've tried Splenda. Is that a sweetener, they said? Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
it's a pure sweetener is what Kelly said. What is it? Is it like erythritol? Is it, do you know? Well, it looks like CW got some too, either one of y'all. Now I'm curious, what sweetener is Pure? I normally use allulose, which is not that popular yet. I guess it's a newer sweetener, but I actually like it. It's a little less sweet than actual sugar. So when I use it as a replacement, it actually works out pretty good. Kaylee wants to know if Meemaw's still here. Yes, she is, Kaylee. I just saw her comment. So Meemaw is still here, Kaylee.
I'm Martha Lexi.
Anytime, right? Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, when you're cooking for one, it's hard. Cooking for two is a bit easier. I'm lucky in the fact that I don't, well, I say I don't mind leftovers. We know I struggle with eating, so I pretty much always have them.
Yeah.
Always have leftovers. So, but that's good for me. But yeah, sometimes I think it's easier to cook for two if you're cooking the same thing.
Yeah.
Do you think this journey would be as easy for you? And again, Brady is her husband. Do you think it would be as easy for you if he weren't eating the same as you?
No. No, honestly, him being on board and him eating like me has helped me a lot. And even my family eating the same way, like I don't even live with them, but them eating the same way and us sharing recipes and getting excited about a new product or something like that to try, it's very helpful. And I know a lot of people struggle with, trying to do a healthy lifestyle with, people in the house that don't necessarily try to follow a healthy lifestyle or super supportive of what you're doing. And it does, if you're not capable of just, going away from that, because we only have low carb stuff. We don't have any of like the high sugar regular stuff in the house. And that's very, very good for me personally, because I am definitely the type of person that will cave and eat it if it is there. If I'm having a super strong craving and it's there, I'm gonna be like, it's going in my mouth. Like I literally just told my mom the other day after my last video went out, because some of the stuff I said in there, they didn't even realize. But I told her, you guys don't realize, like when I was younger and there was some sort of junk in the house, I would go and take like handfuls of it and stash it. And then I would just go back and grab one, like I only had one. Because I didn't want it to appear like I was overeating, but I was. Or like, Hershey Kisses, I'd shove like 5 in my mouth and eat them really quick, and then I just grab one.
So sorry. You don't think she noticed that there was a bunch missing?
I mean, I'm sure they were probably like, what the heck? Where'd all this food go? But there was 4 people in the house, so who knows it was me? I'm like,
oh, gotcha. It could have been everybody getting into it.
No effort, but no, it was me. Because like it wasn't, me getting overweight or anything like that was not at all anything to do with, my parents doing. It was me. It was all me. Being at school, there's junk. You trade your healthy food for not healthy food. You try to get, I will trade you this bag of pretzels for your Twix bar, and it goes from there. There's ways to get junk food in your body without it being your parents' fault.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I mean, if you want it, well, it's like with any addiction. If you want it, you're gonna find a way to get it. And the hardest thing about having a food addiction is you don't need alcohol to survive. You don't need cocaine to survive. You need food to survive. And that definitely makes it trickier. I'm sorry, just really quickly. Hey, Karen, that's my cousin. Hey, guys, how's it going? Welcome to the live stream. I'm so glad you're here. We're probably 10 minutes behind in comments, but hey, it's good to see you. So I don't know if you saw, but they were saying that Pure is an erythritol stevia mix. I think one of was it the stevia that you had the allergic reaction to? Because you said it was the Zevia soda that there's a video on that too, guys, on her channel if you want to go check it out.
If you want to go see my swollen lips,
It really got you, though.
I mean, Zevia does have it's stevia leaf extract in it. And I feel like it's when it's in that form is when I must have an issue with it, because I have stuff that have just stevia in it. Even like I just got the Perfect Keto Cinnamon Toast Collagen stuff. That's got stevia in it, but I'm not having issues with that. I don't know if it's just a combination of the stevia leaf extract with whatever chemicals is in the soda that had a reaction, but I got like a really bad like chemical burn on my lips and in my mouth that took probably like 3 or 4 weeks to completely heal. And my lips were like super swollen and I looked ridiculous and also kind of nice. But I was like, can my lips just be this big all the time? No, but but yeah, no, it was stevia leaf extract. And I looked more into it and I saw on a couple of forums that there's been people that's had allergic reaction to it because apparently it's derived from like a ragweed situation, which I'm allergic to.
Oh, really? Interesting. Okay.
I didn't know, and I still don't 100% know if it's the stevia leaf extract itself or if it was some other chemical in the soda. But I have stevia stuff and I do okay. I don't know.
I was just curious because you had made that comment earlier, so I was wondering. But yeah, to your point, some of the other products you have, maybe it was just the amount too. I don't know. That's interesting.
That's the other thing I was thinking.
Be wary. It doesn't mean you can't try Zevia, everyone. I've had Zevia and I've had no adverse reactions to it. Not my favorite, but it wasn't bad by any means. Let's see. Oh, there's King. Hey, King. I actually met King through Bella's lives. He has a lot of interesting videos. He makes stuff with his hands, or what one of my friends says, with their body. I made this with my body. He makes a lot of cool stuff. Let's see. Mary said at the beginning of her journey, she lived with her sisters and brothers, and someday she had to cook 3 different meals, one for her baby, one for the rest of the adults, and then her healthy meal. That does sound insane, and that right there is dedication to the cause.
Yeah, there are some super awesome people that are able to pull that off and make multiple meals. I am not that person. I will say though that I did make myself French toast this morning, but I made Brady pancakes. So I did make 2 separate things, but they were still, on the same healthy realm.
Yeah. Sometimes, just to the point here, the people in your house, it doesn't work for them. So you're also lucky that it's working for everybody as well. So Kaylee says, go ahead and hit the like button right now if you want to. we would certainly appreciate it. G and Nikki, I know y'all struggle a lot with all the temptation in your house and the people who are tempting you to eat those things as well. Yeah. And then with the struggles you're going through, it's it's one of those things. Plus, I mean, no offense, but G and Nikki are also support eaters. If one of them feels like they need to eat, the other one will be like, I'll do it too. I'll be here for you.
You want that Twinkie? All right, let's eat that Twinkie.
Let's eat that Twinkie. We'll
I got you.
Let's see. Oh, Kelly, same thing. She's the only one keto in her house. People saying hi to Cousin Karen. Hey, Cousin Karen. My Cousin Karen is amazing. She's a breast cancer survivor, everybody. So shout out to Karen. Look, now y'all all love my Cousin Karen. Let's see. I cannot just eat anymore or avoid it like other addictions. Not that those are easy, but food addictions need it to survive. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. My mom wants to know, can y'all give Karen a few tips to start a keto diet? So, Carolyn, as the guest, I'm going to give that one to you. What would you say are a few tips for my cousin to start the keto diet?
Well, I would say to look up recipes first and foremost, because I know for me going into it, I got really excited when I was looking up new recipes and I was trying new things. And I would also try to find stuff that was a little easier to make. And I would just think of things that you love eating that you feel like you cannot do without, but you know, technically probably can. But think of things that you feel like you can't go without. Like for me, it's tacos. Like I feel like I can't go without tacos. So I found a way to make those keto lifestyle friendly. So I would say just make a list of things that you would like to keep eating and then find recipes to make it. Get you stuff to make those recipes and make them and get you a few little treat items, but I wouldn't start out super strong with the treats because you want to get in that ketosis state in the beginning. So I know for me, I didn't start enacting like the breads and the tortillas and stuff like that until I was already in it for a little while.
Yep.
I started out trying to be, you know, pretty keto strict almost because I wanted to get into ketosis. And but just find recipes that's going to make it fun for you. And like I've said before, don't kick yourself if you mess up a day. So
yeah, there's always the next meal, right?
yeah. And that's what I say. Like if I'm going to go off the rails on a meal, it doesn't have to be, well, the entire day's shut. I'm just gonna eat a whole thing of Haagen-Dazs ice cream now or something. Like it's a meal. It happened in the past.
Exactly. That's exactly it. It's in the past. You did it, but now it's over, and now you move forward, and now you do better than you did in the last meal. You just go right back to it. It's not easy, I mean, by any means, but there are a lot of people who, to your point, they've had it. Why not have the whole pint of the ice cream? You know, why not? Well, why not is because you know you're not going to feel as good after you eat that pint of ice cream. And then you're going to want something else because you felt so bad because you ate the pint of ice cream. And then again, that's your jumping off point to where Davidson is now swimming for 3 months in sugar, which is what happens to him when he even has sweet treats. But I think you made a very good call out, which I also did, and I think is important, is I didn't incorporate many of the keto treats or meal replacement things. I started out just with food, just pure natural foods, meats, vegetables, cheeses, fats, things like that, until the body got adapted into it. And then to keep it sustainable for me, that's when I incorporated the other types of foods. So
right.
See, G and Nikki, so not to put it out there too much, but most of you know, G and Nikki are in Ireland. They've been waiting on their paperwork to be completed so that they can actually get their citizenship, and they're living in a situation where there's a lot of things that are temptations for them, and once they get out on their own, absolutely, you guys are going to crush it because they're like on, you know, they get to day 7 or day 15 or whatever, and then they're like, we failed, we're starting over again. But you didn't. You did 6 or 14 days with no sugar, which is amazing. So
and then not to mention how much exercise they get in. Like even in the video, you guys were like, it's raining, so we're hiding under this little shed thing, and you're still stepping in there. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting on my butt watching you do it. It's like, well, I mean, so you messed up on sugar. At least you're moving. Like, I got how many steps? Oh, let's not tell anybody that.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Kelly says that keto has kept her cancer-free for 5 years. Kelly's done some pretty intense fasts as well. She'll do multiple day, up to like 21-day fasts in order to help get her body in line. Karen says she's been looking at recipes. She's followed a few Instagram accounts that share recipes. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of good resources. There's a lot of good YouTube channels, you know, that will give you recipes as well.
Yeah, I think that's something I've noticed with me is anytime I'm like, I need to get healthy, I need to lose weight or something needs to change, I go and find people on YouTube or Instagram and I try to draw inspiration from them because I feel like seeing someone who is similar to me doing it, you know, like losing the weight and being healthy, that's so much motivation for me. So that's another thing is like, if you can find motivation somewhere, find it. Even if it's, you know, not your family that's motivating you. Like I'm really lucky that my family is really supportive. And then I fell into this, you know, great community. Find the community. I mean, obviously, if you're here, you're in our community right now. We got you. So it's just like having motivation and support is definitely a help. When you can share even your experiences and hear other people's experiences, I feel like that's helped me so much with what I'm doing. Because if you feel like you're doing it alone, you're just going to get in that mindset of like, what does it even matter? Like, what does it matter? I'm just going to eat whatever. But having people that motivate you, and you got the gnats going on over there. So you're starting to dance.
No, I wasn't dancing, Carolyn. Stupid gnats. Sorry to interrupt everybody.
Very good. Yeah, and also people that can make it fun for you, like Misty.
That is part of it. I like the people, and I love and I know you and I are really big on comments. Mm-hmm. Like, we like to watch the videos. We like to give y'all comments. We like to pick up on things and tell you how it's impacted us. And it's always still so I may cry just a little bit, but I'm gonna try not to. I know, that's why I gave you a spoiler. But so I did my 5K this morning, right? And so I'm going to talk about it just briefly because it goes to a point that I want to make. And I don't know if you've seen the comment yet, and I'm going to just rat her out here right here on my live. But Angel with Healthful Choices, she had made a comment in her video about her 5K that she was doing her 5K for TAPS, which is for the military, and that she didn't want to do a regular 5K. She wanted to do one that was a little bit harder because those people struggled. She wanted to, be a part of that. And that comment had just been stuck in the back of my head without really even realizing it until today when I woke up and couldn't do my 5K outside because it had been raining. And then I kept remembering her say about the struggle. And then it reminded me that this whole thing is a struggle. This whole thing has been this journey to get here to this point. Why don't I just do it anyway? Walk outside, walk in the rain, walk in the struggle, because I was supporting a charity for children who have heart defects, and they don't get to choose their struggle. Yeah. But I got to choose mine today, and I was able to get it done. And I did it in the fastest time that I've done since I started, right? And so it's having that support through the struggle and knowing that a little thing you say can impact someone that is not on the same journey as you.
Yeah.
Without you even realizing how much of an impact it has made. So she made that one little statement in her video that just stuck with me. Mm-hmm. And that's happened time and time again where someone has said something and it had nothing to do with keto.
Yeah.
It just had to do with them as a person. And I've always thought that was really nice. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Just having that little bit of inspiration from something that people don't think that, they could be nothing to them. They could just be saying, this is what I'm doing, this is it. And it can just spark inspiration in you and give you that motivation to push a little bit more.
So. Yeah, because, and sometimes we put out videos. We've talked about that. We put out videos, and I'm sure you've all done it, and you're a little bit like, oh no, I don't want to do it. What are they going to say? What are they going to think? They're going to... I know, right? And that's because you just sort of had that moment you were sharing with me where you didn't know what people were going to think. But I think it is so important and absolutely powerful that you put out that video. I mean, I just kept watching the views. That video kept showing up on my homepage like I needed to watch it again or something. But to your point, it's sharing that with everyone else that not only helps me or you, right, but helps other people as well. So
because before I was uploading my last video, I was just having a moment. I was having all the anxiety, and I messaged Misty and I was like, I'm so nervous posting this video. Like, it's just because I felt like I was, opening up a little bit of me that people haven't seen yet. Like, I'm usually pretty silly and goofy on my videos because that's, who I am. But this one was a little bit more serious, and I wanted to talk about it because a lot of times people are going through similar things and they feel like they're alone. They feel like, nobody understands their situation. And it's hard. It's hard to open up like that. But even from me putting that video out there, the people that were commenting on the video saying that, this is just like me. There's one girl that was saying, "Were you reading my diary?" And I was just like, people are feeling the same. I'm like, oh, it was an emotional day. Just getting all up in my feels.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what we need, though, right? Is to get up all in our feelings and be able to share that with others, so that other people know that we get all up in our feelings. LB is here. Hey, LB, we're so happy to have you here. LB is the reason that I did that 5K this morning, everybody. Well, her and Bella, because Bella was doing a live stream. LB came on talking about doing a charity walk, and then we started talking about if anybody else wanted to do it, and I felt like the lone man out, and I was like, well, dang it, I've been talking about fitness. Let's just go ahead and do it. So special shout out.
You guys. I didn't do it. Don't judge me, but I'm so proud of you guys.
No, we would never judge you, and that's the whole thing,
I know,
right?
That's the thing. You guys would judge me for that.
Yeah.
I somewhere in my mind, I was like, that would be really cool to do. But then somewhere else in my mind was like, you're not ready for that. Like, what are you thinking? Don't do that. So yeah, I couldn't commit to it because I think I talked myself down out of it, honestly.
Yeah, well, I talked myself out of fitness for like 10 months. So, I mean, well, no longer than that. Let me not lie. For like over a year, I talked myself out of fitness every day. Yeah. Like, I'm not here. I'm not doing that yet. I don't know why y'all are doing that. Day 3 of the ab challenge, and I was pretty certain I had made a deadly mistake.
What did I sign up for?
Because I was like, my arms and legs can't do that at the same. What is, how do I get this shoulder to come over here? It's one of those things, but sometimes you start where you are and then you move forward. So that's what we can do. So,
yeah. And it's like Val always says in the videos, well, most of the videos, she's like, 50% is better of something is better than 100% of nothing. And I'm like, well, you're getting about 30 and that's about what I can do, but it's better than nothing. So
yeah.
So I mean,
go ahead.
It is intense. Some of the ab workouts that's on there, I will say that.
Yeah, they do get a little bit trickier as you go, Val. And she just smiles at you like it's okay. Yeah. Everything's okay. You're not actually dying. And sometimes I'm like, I'm not. You know what I have to say though? The best part of this whole thing has been for Barnum, because Barnum loves when I get in the floor on my yoga mat. He just wants to lick my forehead.
He's like, you're on my level.
He's like, my girlfriend's on the floor. Let me get at her and just give her kisses all over the forehead. So that's been making it a challenge too, because not only am I trying to balance and do this arm up and that leg out and when not fall on my face, but then I have a dog trying to kiss me too. So that's really cute. Oh yeah.
With the trick out right there in his comment.
Say again, what?
Davidson's comment. Should have faked you out.
I must be behind on comments.
He said, I'm constantly judging all of you, but my judgment is that you are all awesome humans.
Awesome.
Well, got me there. I was like, geez, Davidson. Judgmental. Oh, no. Misty, I swear, some of her videos, she starts saying something, she starts tearing up, and I start tearing up, and I was like, oh. I wonder if people, if you start crying, I'm crying with you.
Oh, so let me just go ahead and warn y'all right now. When y'all do see my 5K video, it's all crying. And I tried so many times. I normally don't restart videos ever. And I tried to do the closing to that video at least 4 times. And I cried more and more every time I did it. So y'all are just going to see some tears. So just be prepared.
Yeah. Yeah. Because even like in my last video, I was trying not to blubber. And there was one point where I had to you might see it kind of jump in the video where I'm teary-eyed, and then I'm a little bit okay at one point right after that, because I had to stop for a minute because I'm like, this is like, it's getting too real.
Yeah, and you had that moment where you're like, dang, I'm crying again. Oh my God. Here we go again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's emotional for a lot of people because there's so many changes and your life is just so different in so many ways than it was before. Like I said, I was complacent when I started. I didn't care that I was big. I didn't care how I looked because I just didn't care.
Yeah.
And I thought that was fine. And that meant that I was happy because I didn't care. And then I turned out to learn now that it's more than that. It's, I can be happy and I can do things. Mary said, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, she did the same thing. She was worried it was going to rain, but was going to do it anyway. Yeah, we all have a lot of determination. I'm going to try to get caught up on some of these comments. Everybody, we are so far behind. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Agreed. He said that was one of the most powerful videos you put out, Carolyn, and I agree with that. It was a very good one. Yep, you want to see the good and the bad of the struggles because you can learn from both. Absolutely.
Well, and like I said, I mean, sharing that, like, it felt kind of therapeutic for me to share and to kind of, tell a little bit of my story. But on the flip side, I've, seen people tell a little bit about what's going on. And it's like, if you see someone kind of struggling too, that person is real. If you just see, all the time, I lost 15 pounds. I lost 20 pounds. I'm doing so great. All that. It's like, that's so great. And then I start, like, Becky just made a video of this. It's like, I start comparing myself.
Yep.
It's like, well, why am I not losing more like them? Why am I struggling with this? And I'm like, I just wanted to share some of my story because there's still more. Like, I can't tell everything because it would be a ridiculously long video. But, just telling a little bit about it and exposing a little bit about what kind of brought me to the point that I was at, it felt therapeutic for me to kind of get it out there and just to kind of talk about it. And then having people respond the way they did, it made me just, I don't know, it made me get all in my feels. Okay. It was just support and love, and this community is great.
We love you guys. If you haven't figured that out yet, we love you guys. And I'm sure I've missed half of your comments, and I apologize. Kelly said she has to go. Bye, Kelly.
She's probably gone. I'm sorry.
Probably. I know. I'm sorry, guys. So Laura says she thinks it's important to share the good and the bad. There will always be someone in a similar situation, potentially going through the same thing, that will appreciate the honesty. Yeah, absolutely. No judgments ever from us here, right? We don't. That's not what it's about.
If someone says anything that's a little too mean, you just delete those comments.
Yeah. Or you keep them for the engagement, whatever works for you. So.
Let just sit back and see what other people say to them.
Yeah. Oh, look, I finally found the comment you found 5 minutes ago. And Kaylee is evidently typing to the number 10. Great job, Kaylee. Kaylee's in the 2nd grade. Let's see. Everybody's saying how great Davidson is. Absolutely. He is wonderful. Go check out his videos. They are so funny. And when he puts Junior in with him in the beginning, it's the most hysterical thing you've ever seen. And he can do his son can do a Rubik's Cube even faster than I can.
And Davidson started the Discord group, and so he's kind of like the father figure of the group. I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I wonder if I can. What are the chances of me being able to get the link for the Discord? I don't know. Do I remember how to do that? Maybe not. We'll try to link the Discord at some point if anybody wants to join. Hey, Aretha, I don't know if you know Aretha Carolyn. This is Seattle Southgar's Low Carb World. She's been on YouTube for a while. I've been following her probably longer than a lot of people here. She loves her veggies. So if you're on keto and you love your veggies, you should definitely go check out.
I need to go get some tips from her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Veggie life.
Yeah. LB said her dog Blue is all over her when she does floor exercises.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, the difference is Barnum is this big and Blue is this big. So I don't know how you do that, LB, because it's a big dog.
Yeah, my cats just get on the floor and kind of look at me like, "What are you doing?" And then they just walk away.
Yeah, Barnum loves it. So Becky wants to know, random question, but why did you name him Barnum? I actually just shared this story with Carolyn the other day. So Barnum is a rescue, and before we rescued him, my mom and my aunt had rescued another puppy another dog who had just had puppies. And my cousin took that dog in, and she named the dog Bailey. And so my mom said, hey, I know you've been interested in getting a dog, and we found one of these puppies. We're going to try to go rescue it, AKA steal it. So they got the puppy, and it was like a circus, my mom said. They were trying to be sneaky, but they were trying to run around the lady's yard and capture the dog, and then they sent me pictures of it. And so since it was a circus and his mama's name was Bailey, I decided to name him Barnum. So now we have the Barnum and Bailey Circus. So that's how Barnum got his name. I like it, obviously. I think it's a good one, and it's just a fun little story to share about my Barnum. I love him. So Barnum. Even though I send him to the pound instead of killing a stranger.
Yeah, see, you got to that question. I was like,
I know. I didn't. Well, I cried on question number 2 on that tag. Let's see. Nikki said we both made her cry this week.
Yeah, then you guys were saying a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, I've cried enough. Stop.
I think Davidson's trying to share the link, but I don't think it's going to let him because he's not. Oh, why can't I remember how to do it, everybody? Carolyn taught me too.
Do you have the Discord up now?
Yes, I have the Discord up.
Hold on,
now everybody
Discord too. So,
but I'm used to the Discord on my phone, and I know how to find it on my phone. But now I'm on my laptop.
No, I can't help you there.
I know you can't. Everybody.
On my phone.
CW says those questions are still haunting. They're still haunting me too. Well, everybody was like, those questions were really hard. And I was like, they felt kind of easy to me because we all know, like I said, my moral compass may not point north and south, but it points a very strong direction into the way that I feel about things. Aretha said she's going to write names down so she can subscribe to everybody. I've been doing. Look at this comment, Carolyn. Are you ready?
Yes.
Kaylee's bored.
Oh,
we have bored the 8-year-old. I'm sorry that you're bored, Kaylee. I appreciate you being here for like the whole hour and a half. I appreciate you all being here for like the whole hour and a half.
I was flying, I feel like.
It is. Where are we? Oh, we're almost at an hour and a half. I promised that we wouldn't keep you too long. Yeah, writing down names. I should try to do more channel shout outs, but I'm trying to do channel shout outs and talk to you too.
Multitasking.
I know, right? It has been as great. Yeah, this has been a great live. Yeah, I've really, really enjoyed it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. It's Nikki's fault for those questions, by the way, everybody. But now everybody's talking about the tag.
Yeah. I told Misty, I was like, I can't do this tag. No. It creates too many, like, all my answers would be, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, because you have to manually look everyone up and not everybody shows. I know, I need to be doing more. Okay, let me try. Let me see if I can get more links for people.
I wish, when you're in a live stream, I wish that you could just, like, click on the person and it would take you to their channel.
I know. It's so frustrating.
Yeah. I've actually gone and, like, screenshot for later. I screenshot people and then I go back and follow them.
Yeah, so the one that I just put is Becky with my 5-star life. I know I did some shout outs earlier. I'm definitely going to do nope, I'm just going to be really quiet, evidently. Oh, gee whiz. You want to entertain the people?
Wait, I'll just do your dance move. We're dancing over here.
This next link is going to be G and Nikki at Too Fat, Too Furious, because they are the reason that Carolyn and I know each other and most of you as well. And then I'm going to link LB with Pine Trees and Stars, because she is the reason that I did the 5K this morning, as well as Bella. So first up, we will do LB.
For the ab challenge, I made a kind of calendar thing. I know some of you guys have seen it, but I made like a little calendar thing, and I got these gold sparkly stickers to put on each day that I complete, and that was totally inspired by LB because she always has like the best stuff, and it's like I want to do that too. So I have these little gold sparkly stickers. I'm showing anybody that, but that's what I do.
Well, I saw because I was watching some of the videos, and I went back to the first video of yours that I ever saw, and you had talked about journaling, and I was actually going to bring that up and then forgot. Is that something that you are still doing? Because that was the only time I had ever heard you mention it before.
Yeah, I do it every now and then. I wouldn't say that I am consistent with it, and I feel like there's times when I'll go spurts, like I'll journal and I'll track and all that stuff, writing it down, and then it's like I'll forget, and then like a few days later I'm like, oh man, I lost my place to go back and write stuff down. But I'm not super consistent with it. I do still do it, but it's just kind of sporadically. But I did recently just start like the day before yesterday or the day before that, I just started tracking my stuff in thank you. I just started tracking my stuff in Carb Manager in the app. So I've been trying to look at more of my macros and stuff, because I have not been throughout this entire time. Pretty much, I haven't been tracking all the macros and everything. And I'm trying to kind of look at where I'm at, because I am kind of still at this plateau. And I keep bouncing between the same weight. And it's been like that for several weeks now. So I'm trying to look at what I can kind of modify. So I've been using Carb Manager app to track everything. That way I can kind of keep around a certain calorie range. I can try to keep under a certain fat range, and I can track my carbs. So I've been doing that a little more consistently recently. So.
Yeah, and that works for a lot of people. You mentioned LB, and I'm sure you said, you saw her comment, she was excited when you said sparkly stickers. LB loves stickers. Deanna is another one. Deanna is like a journal master pro person. Yeah. I love it. And I love that they also have these like physical representation. Like I know Deanna does butterflies. I know LB does like the little pins, and things like that. And my brain, I'm going to be honest, still isn't, I don't know. That doesn't necessarily work for me. Oh, look, hey, there's Deanna. I just accidentally talking about you.
In a good way.
The lawn mode, yeah, we were just talking about journaling and things like that. Well, you probably have been here for a while. What am I talking about? But yeah, there's so many people that do that. And I've been really curious to see, especially as now I'm still far away from goal, guys. Let's not pretend, right? I mean, I easily have another probably 50 pounds that I could lose. I don't have a goal weight, but I know that I have more to go. And one of the things that I have to also remember and be cognizant of is, to your point, as we get closer and lower, or as we get to those stalls, we have to remember that we're not as big as we were, and we can't eat that way anymore. And we're going to have to adjust to our smaller size and adjust the way we eat and the things we eat to do that. Tracking, however, though, for whatever reason, gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
Right now. Well, I can't right now.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of the same reason why I don't really mess with it, because it stresses me out a little bit too, especially when, like I've told you before, that when I make something, a lot of times I'm eyeballing stuff. So it's like, for me to track something, especially a recipe that I just made up, it's like, okay, I think I put this in there, and then about this amount, and then like this. And then I'm like, is it even right? I don't know. And it's like, I'm trying to be as accurate as I can and everything and track it in there. But I feel like to some extent it can be a little bit anxiety filled because it's like, okay, I gotta track this. I'm eating, but I'm tracking. I'm eating, but I'm tracking.
Yeah, and I think for me it got to be an anxious moment because, again, even then I was struggling with eating, and every time I would come up at the end of the day with like 800 calories or 1,000 calories, I was like, I don't even want to know that about myself anymore. And so I just stopped, and I may absolutely get back to it. But and if it works for you, like, to your point, LB with Pine Trees and Stars is a great channel. I'm actually about to link Deanna as well. Her channel is great if you're into journaling and those types of things.
Yeah.
And again, what works for one person doesn't work for everybody, but there have been things in their journaling that I have heard you say this before, you journal in your head. And I think for a lot of us, that time to journal is about the self-reflection. And some people, it helps to have that physical representation of that. And then for others, as long as you're just sort of doing it there. So let's see. Everybody is saying, oh, go ahead.
I feel like I'm also I feel like I'm a little picky when it comes to journaling too, because it's like, I get excited about a journal or a planner or something like that, but it doesn't have every aspect that I'm looking for in it. And it's like, I want to try to find something where, it has the kind of day-to-day stuff without me having to write every single macro down, and then a space for me to collect my thoughts and stuff. But it's like, I can't find something specifically that I'm looking for. Like, I love the planner that I got, but it's like, I don't have an area that I can just write out stuff. So I just got like a separate notebook to write stuff every now and then. And it's like, now I have to keep track of two things.
So I'm curious, because I know you're a creative person. Have you ever thought of just making your own that would work for you?
I have, but then I'm also like, am I going to do that? Like, I've thought about it, and I actually, to some extent, I have done kind of my own before, and it's still kind of the same thing. Like, I'll track for a while, and then it's like, I'll get off track for a few days, not like off track eating, but like with writing it down. And then I'm like, well, I forgot that, so I might as well not do that for now. And then random times, like, I should do this again. Like, go back to it.
Sounds like journaling is for us the way going off the deep end is for some people. We're like, oh, I already skipped today. Why skip? I'm
just like, oh man, I forgot. Might as well just forget all about it.
LB says she has a confession. She brought 3 new sets of stickers at the Dollar Tree.
Oh my gosh. No, for our wedding photos, which I haven't actually sat down and done yet, but for our wedding photos, 'cause, technically we're going on 2 years of marriage, so I've had, enough time to do it, but I just haven't yet because I haven't ordered the physical prints of our pictures from our wedding yet. And instead of doing a like typical wedding album, just putting the pictures in, I bought a big scrapbook, and I bought so many stickers to put in there. So I'm going to do a scrapbook wedding photo album, and I got really excited when I was buying the stickers. That's why I get excited when I see the stickers that LB got, because I'm like, I need some stickers.
I love it. I think it's great. Yeah, I appreciate watching those types of things, and I'm not there yet. So
yeah.
Oh, I've lost comments. Kaylee had to leave because she was bored, I'm sure. Kaylee's my 8-year-old niece, everybody, just in case you knew.
She's like, why are you guys talking about weight loss? I don't care. I didn't know it.
Oh, we missed Davidson leaving. Bye, Davidson. We love you too. Thank you so much for the Discord. We'll have to thank him because he's already gone, I'm sure. But thank you for the Discord, Davidson. Bringing people together like that has been just an amazing thing. And once again, if you are interested in joining, not everybody is doing keto or no sugar. Yeah. There are just a bunch of really supportive people that are in that group. So
a lot of them are content creators, but some of them are not. It's just people that need inspiration, motivation, and we
absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Deanna says she tracks everything except for calories or macros, which I find so interesting, Deanna. And I think that's one of the reasons that I like the way that you do it. First of all, Deanna's just sort of like me. She's just doing it the way that she wants and what works for her, and that's working. Because most people track exclusively calories and macros. And they don't track how they feel about it, how their exercise was, how their mental health was. And I think
Yeah.
those pieces are just, if not more important than the minutia. Now, for me, the diet is still important. I'm not going to lie. And I think that's true for both of us. But we also have to be cognizant of all of those other pieces. And I don't think that happened for me until I met this YouTube community and saw so many people sharing that, where that really came into focus for me.
Yeah, and that's actually one thing that I do like about the tracker journal that I have, because at the top it's like my mood today, and it has like almost like the little smiley faces, like if you've ever had to go to a doctor or hospital and they're like, show us what level of pain you're in, and you have to select smiley face. It's kind of like that. It asks you to select what your mood is for the day, what your activity level is for the day, just kind of how you're feeling in the day. I do like that aspect of that journal. So that's one thing that I do appreciate.
Sorry, I was getting one more channel shout out for Aretha at Seattle Sapphire Low Carb. She says she used to track religiously. She's not done one in 6 months or more. Once you stop, it's hard to go back to tracking. Yeah, I would imagine that's true. Sort of like what you were saying, Carolyn. You just sort of stopped and then doing that. Live journaling. That's exactly what I was saying, Deanna, about my vlogs the other day. Was this is sort of my live journal, because things are happening, things are going great, things are going bad, and then I turn on a video and I'm like, "Howdy, everybody!" Let's talk about it.
Exactly. It's
and
like
I think
video log, so vlog. So you're tracking how you feel in here.
LB says she normally makes her own journals and planners. I can definitely see you being the type of person who would do that. So many of you are so creative, and it's just, I don't know, that one's a struggle for me still. Val says sometimes journaling is, again, all or nothing. LB's on the Discord. Yeah, she's on the Discord. She's not doing a sugar-free diet. She is a content creator, obviously. Go check her out.
She makes some pretty good looking meals too.
She does.
She made chili the other day, and I was like, "Ooh, I want some chili now."
I mean, and I just have to say, she likes bang, so she's okay by me. We all know I'm addicted to that stuff. It's really good. Oh, it's Carolyn. So glad you didn't miss it. Yeah, mood is so important. Mood is so important, absolutely, Carolyn. And I just want you and Mitch to know that when I'm feeling super stressed or high anxiety, a lot of times I will just go to watch your video, and it's like this
Zen mellow moment watching.
Yes.
Oh, so
yeah. So if you want just some insightful things about weight loss, go check out Mitch and Carolyn. Actually, let me work on pulling them up as well so I can give them a channel shout out. If anybody else wants or needs someone's channel, we're going to start closing it down here, but I do want to be able to give any additional channel shout outs if anyone needs them.
Or if you want one for your own channel, if it hasn't been done.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
There's no shame. You can ask for a link.
And please do, because I know I missed some. I made sure this time, Mary, I got you. I can link it again if anybody needs Mary with Mary Gets Fit. I know I linked Angel earlier with healthful choices. She always says things that just resonate really true with me. She's part of the reason why my crazy brain, well, she's not part of the reason. She's the reason my crazy brain has a name, but I named him Pete. And do you know what, guys? Today on this walk, Pete was like, let's do it. Let's struggle. Haha, we tricked you, Pete, because that's exactly what we wanted to do. And we grew and we learned and we had an awesome experience. So my crazy brain thought it was doing good stuff, and haha, I tricked it. It just hit 500 subscribers. That's woo! I love when y'all hit a milestone on a live. That just makes the whole thing worth it to me. I think that's amazing. I'm so excited. Becky goes mention Carolyn, dose of positivity in the life. Absolutely. LB says, thanks for doing this. Absolutely. I'm so glad that Carolyn decided to join. I think she's just an amazing personality. And I think most of you here know her as well. But absolutely, if you don't, the last channel shout out I will give is Carolyn's again, just in case. Yeah, everybody congratulating Deanna. That's absolutely fabulous. A beer. Oh, hey, a beer. Welcome to the live. I don't know if you were here before or not. I apologize, but welcome to the live. Angel is a very insightful, lovely person. Yes.
She has
Angel
a really
is
good channel too. I'm just going to say. She's such a good person.
a beer. Let me link a beer's channel.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. I was super nervous going into because this is my first time being on a live stream. But
I didn't want to rat you out and say that to anybody who might not know, but yes, Carolyn was a little bit worried.
So,
but now we've done it. So now it's on to your live stream.
I feel like I'm more channel. No, yeah, this has been fun though. It's a good first live stream to be a part of. So good.
Good, I'm glad. Everybody's congratulating Deanna because 500. That's a big milestone. You're halfway to that 1,000.
Almost there.
You're Angel. You're welcome. You know that I think you're an amazing human being. Y'all are all amazing human beings, but there are some people that you just resonate really strongly with, and most of y'all are sitting here in this room or in this chair. So I'm really glad that y'all are here. Absolutely inspiring and authentic. Those are definitely words that would describe Carolyn. And don't forget funny, because oh my God, funny. Guys, she had this one. You've already heard this story, guys, but she has a vlog, and there's this moment where she's making a shake, and she drops the metal piece that goes into it, and it got stuck just on the side. At that moment, I knew I relate to this person fully. Because how can you not manage to get it in the cup that is this wide when the ball is only this big? And yet, me too, been there, done that. And that's when I knew, oh, we're going to be friends.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just like, I'll record and I will say something just that pops into my head and I'll say it because I don't script anything. So if it pops in my head, sometimes it'll make it into the video because I'm like, well, that's what I said. So like my grocery haul, I think I said something about beef related activities. I was like, when did I say that? I don't know. It's staying in there. Like, what exactly is a beef related activity? I don't know. But it came out of my mouth. So it's going in the video. You guys.
Well, and I think that's something that you and I share in common too, is we will also watch while we're editing it and crack ourselves up. We're like, this is ridiculous. I must share with the world.
Yeah, and there's even been moments where I'm just kind of like, I don't know. But then I'm just like, let's just put it in there and see how it goes. Like I was, when I did the, bye Val, sorry.
Yep.
So I don't even, I think it was an update video or something where I left the bloopers in and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let you guys see some of the stuff that I'm doing in between these takes. This is random stuff that comes out of my head. So those bloopers were in there and I just left them.
Yeah. It was the one with Fitness Watch.
Yeah, it was my favorite Fitness Watch. See, it still didn't do it right there. Dang it.
There it is. I saw it.
It's a great watch, I promise.
Oh, that scene made me laugh so hard.
Yeah, it was that video. Yeah, and then when Sarah from Lose Weight, Sarah did a shout out to me on one of her videos, she left that part. She did that part. She did the fitness watch. I was like, oh my gosh, it's just me being a dork.
I know, but that's the thing too. That's what she relates to in you, because y'all are both anime fans. You're both dorks, nerds, whatever you want to call it, right? I approve of all of those things because I fit into that category as well. But yeah, I think that's what she related to in you, right? Because she did on the same video, Sarah with Lose Weight Sarah, for those of you who don't know, she gave us both a channel shout out on her channel, which we were both very appreciative and super excited about. Actually, we were like, oh,
it's us.
Yeah, and then I was like, she had this scene of me when I was having a little bit of a mental breakdown about walking outside looking a hot mess, and I was like, I am here for it. That's what I want the people to see. I want the people to see.
If they're going to recommend your channel, they might as well show you in your natural state. So me being a ridiculous person with my fitness watch, that's happened. Thank you.
Yeah, my mama said you did great. Laura said you did great. Angel's an angel. Angel's crushing it with her fitness. Yep. Bloopers are awesome.
I mean, I definitely am the type of person that when I watch a movie or something like that, I always go to look to see if there's a gag reel. So it's like, why wouldn't I include that in my videos? Because it's like, I enjoy that. I enjoy watching people be ridiculous. So
yeah, I only have a few, only because normally once I turn on the camera, I just don't stop talking. So I feel like sometimes my vlogs are the gag reel. Just throughout the video, just random stuff happens.
yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm just, I don't know. I'll be on there. I'm not gonna lie. There are times when I'm talking and I'm on a roll talking, and then it's just like what? I don't know where I'm going with this. It's like, let me do that again. So I have to edit that stuff out. I look like a fool.
Well, please don't say that, because I'm often just sitting here going,
not on the level I do. I have this like, I don't know. It's like this spaced out stare, and I feel like it runs in my family or something. Because it's like I will literally be sitting there, and all of a sudden I'll just like glaze over, like. So you got to edit that stuff out. I haven't seen you do that yet.
Well, I don't know. Go back and watch some of my older videos. You may see it. Especially when I used to be in the car, I would get so distracted. I would be talking about something, and then I'd be like, oh, look at the hummingbird. And then I'd come back and I'd be like, what were we talking about? But I didn't cut any of it out. I just left it all in there because that's just how I do it. But I definitely get your point.
Yeah, I feel like I'm sure you've seen Up. Like everybody has seen Up. But Doug, the dog, when he's talking, squirrel. I feel like that's me at times. It's like, I even feel like that with my comments that I comment on people's videos, because it's like I'm watching your video and I'm commenting, because whether you guys realize it or not, you're on my big TV. I watch you on my big TV most of the time. So I've got my phone in my hand and I'm watching your video and I'm responding as I'm watching, and I'm like, random thought. And then some people's probably going to read my comments and be like, she's just jumping from topic to topic. But that's because I'm watching and I'm engaging.
Exactly. Well, and I felt like I knew you so well, even though comparatively, and again, I'll say one video a week, I'm super happy with. Thank you for putting out a new video. She puts out a new video every Tuesday at 3:30 Eastern.
Yeah.
Is that always true at 3:30?
It's between 3:30. That's my goal time. 3:30.
Okay. 3:30. So
I've uploaded after that before just because I was having a day, but
yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
You talk so much that you forget what you're talking about. A lot of times I'll finish like my Wednesday video about weight loss and I'll be like, I have no idea what I just talked about. I have to go watch that again before I publish it for people to see, because I don't know. And then I'm like, oh yeah, no, that was full fluent thought, because that's what I do for a living, is talk for long stretches of time without interruption about topics that I know something about. So it hasn't been too hard. She keeps saying it's the bad words that she can't, so she has no bloopers because they're all bad words, getting mad at herself. Helen Will's Adventure. Hello, welcome. I'm looking to see. I don't see anyone asking for a shout out or that needs a shout out. You haven't seen Up yet? You're a big Disney fan. Don't you like Pixar? Go see Up.
You need to watch it, and you need to bring, not spoiler alert, but just forewarning, have tissues available.
Well, it's a Pixar movie. A Pixar movie is bound to make you cry.
You know how Disney does, okay? Just
did you know there's a new Pixar movie coming out in like 3 or 4 weeks?
Which one?
About the two brothers that are actually, they part human, part sea creature. Why have I forgotten the name of the movie? Oh no, I'm making myself not look like a Disney fan on my channel's making fun of me.
I feel like I might have seen something about it, but I don't remember for sure.
Oh no, I can't remember the name of it.
What I got really excited about?
We're gonna have to go look.
I got really excited about finding out that next year, Hocus Pocus 2.
What?
Hocus Pocus 2 next year. They're coming back.
Wait, With the original Sanderson
Yes.
sisters?
Yes.
No. I thought that was a myth. I thought that was like a joke that they had put out on Halloween.
I saw a thing on the Disney page and it said that it was happening. And if somebody's playing a mean joke like a belated April Fool, I'm gonna flip a table.
I love that movie.
I do too. I watch it every year at Halloween.
I watch it sometimes not at Halloween. But the name of the movie, I looked it up. It's called Luca, Luca, and it comes out June the 18th. So if you and I can tell you, it's not one of those like Raya and the Last Dragon, which also when it comes out, watch it. I paid $30 for that movie, and it was worth every penny because I watched it.
I haven't seen it yet. I really want to, and I think it just came out.
It's about to come. Yeah, it's either out or about to come out on just the regular Disney Plus. And then Luca's going to come out on Disney Plus, just like Soul did, where it just releases on Disney Plus. You don't have to pay any extra for it. None of y'all probably. Well, Carolyn looked excited about it, so that's why. That's why I shared.
You guys paid for the weight loss stuff. You're staying for the Disney doc. What happened?
Beery says she loves an unfiltered Misty. The best things come out, things that she's too afraid to say out loud. Sometimes I'm too afraid to keep them in. I mean, like keep them in the video. Yeah, and I talked about that in my last live, that I talk out loud to myself because I think it's interesting for people to hear what I'm thinking and why. Because sometimes y'all say things and I'm like, I wonder how they got to that.
Yeah. No, my brain rabbit holes a lot. I'll come up with random questions to my husband or my family, and they'll be like, "What?" And I'm like, "There is a link connection in my brain of how I got to that question." It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I've been sent down some rabbit holes from some of y'all's comments for sure. Hey, Teresa Keever is here. Hello, Teresa. So happy to have you on the live. We're going to be, I promise, Carolyn, wrapping it up probably at the hour, so another 4 or 5 minutes. So let me know. Actually, while we're here, let me shout out Teresa Keever.
Yeah, Teresa has some really great videos too.
She is so thoughtful.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of thought that goes into her.
And it's funny that you showed up, at least for me. You've probably been here 20 minutes, Teresa. I don't know, way behind, I think. But I just like I was sort of saying, where you kind of want to know how a person got to that. She's going to tell you. Teresa's going to tell you exactly what she's thinking, how she got there. She wants your input to see, and I think that's great, and it's really, really cool. Misty definitely has some funny things come out of her mouth. That's probably true. She's talking about Up Again.
Oh,
it is a sad one.
I saw that in theater twice, and I cried both times. And I've seen it since then. It's just,
it's touching every time. Yeah, Luca, Luca is the name of the Disney Pixar movie. It comes out on June the 18th. She said it was a joke, but now it's real. Oh no. Oh, Nikki can't wait for Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah. See?
Oh yeah, Howling Wills wants a shout out. Absolutely will do. I'm sorry I missed you earlier. Howling Wills Adventure. Teresa, you're over 100 subscribers now too. I just now realized that. That's awesome. Here is the link for Howling Wills Adventure. Saying the time went by so fast. It did go by so fast, Carolyn. We almost talked for 2 hours.
Yeah. I feel like going towards the live stream, I was like, oh, it's in 30 minutes. Oh, it's in 15 minutes. And it's like, it's coming. It's coming. And now it's like, we've been doing it for almost 2 hours. How that happened.
And what did we talk about? Nobody knows. The world may never know, except for all the people who were here and go back and watch the replay. You're very welcome, Teresa. I appreciate your videos. She says, we're awesome. We think you're awesome, too. Oh, talking about Hocus Pocus not being a joke. Yeah, that better not be a joke. I'm going to be really, really mad if that's a joke.
See? Yeah. I saw a thing and they were like, it's happening. And it came from Disney. It wasn't like a random person that's trying to say, oh, this should happen. Disney was like, it's happening. And I got excited. So
I love Bette Midler. I could go down and talk about Bette Midler for about half an hour, but I'm not going to because I just think she's amazing. And somehow, here's how my brain works. Fun Misty moment, right? You said Hocus Pocus. My brain went Bette Midler. Then my brain went Beaches. Then my brain went Maya Bialik to Maya Bialik's Breakdown, which I'm addicted to as a podcast right now because she talks about mental health and addictions and things like that. So if any of you are looking for a good podcast, because I just didn't want to shout out Maya Bialik and y'all don't know how I got there. That's how I got there because I say I like to know that sometimes. But if you're looking for a good podcast about mental health and addiction, it's really a good one.
Yeah, see, I've been listening to a podcast lately, but it hasn't been anything like that. It's Scott Patterson's podcast from Gilmore Girls. He played Luke, and he has a I'm All In podcast now that he just started like a couple weeks ago. So I've been listening to that because I love Gilmore Girls. I mean, if you guys didn't notice from my mug that I have right there.
Yeah, that's funny. You busted me on knowing that quote last night, but I didn't know he had a podcast.
Mm-hmm. It's I Am All In. It's his podcast.
Really?
Yeah, and he has different guests.
What does he talk about? Just
they talk about Gilmore Girls, and they talk about the experience because it's him, and he is talking with people. Like the first episode was with him and Yannick Truesdale that played Michelle, and then he had the characters that played Babette and Gypsy on there, and then he had the guy that played Kirk. They all were on there. So he's getting all of the people from Gilmore Girls to come in, and they're talking about experiences and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I'm there for that because I'm like, I want to know everything Gilmore Girls.
Yeah. So see, we started out with Hocus Pocus and ended up with a podcast about Gilmore Girls. Welcome to the Carolyn and Misty show, everyone.
Yeah, I got really excited because he also released his own line of coffee. Scott Patterson, the guy who played Luke.
I saw that. I did see that. I'm not a coffee person.
Well, I got some though. He has different flavors and stuff. I have one that I haven't tried yet, and it's chocolate covered cherry coffee, and I'm really excited to try it. But he put out different coffees, and I'm like, this is as close as I'm gonna get to drinking at Luke's, and I'm like, I already got the mug. This is great.
Yeah, that's really cool. I wish I was a bigger coffee fan, I guess, but I just wanted to show this comment again. It says, we always return all the love and comments. We love watching videos from YouTubers and similar interests, and we go, but they got their first hate comment saying that they have too much fat. That's a shame, and I'm sorry that anyone, I don't know why people have the audacity to come on somebody else's page and say, or something we were talking about comments earlier, Carolyn, is sometimes they'll come in and I'm just going to rat you out about your fat comment post the other day. Someone came on Carolyn's page and was like, but I like fat girls. That's so insulting.
Yeah. He kept saying, but I seriously like fat girls. And I'm like, look, bro, most girls don't like to be referred to as a fat girl.
Yeah.
That's not endearing. Stop.
Yeah. I was like, pro tip, that's not how you get a girl. And that's also not how you make friends. And I'd be willing to bet they came on your channel and said you had too much fat, and they didn't even watch the video.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I got my first mean comment like a month or two ago, and it was just so blatantly trying to be mean. And I feel like they probably didn't even watch the whole video. And it was literally them telling me that I need to stay out of the kitchen because all food is bad for me. For me, any food is bad food. So they were calling me names, all that stuff. And I didn't really take it, like I wasn't really hurt or like crying or anything about like that. Because in my mind, I've kind of flipped it around. Like, obviously there's something on their side of things that is wrong. And something in them, maybe, whether it's jealousy that, you're losing weight and they're not, or they just don't like seeing someone else succeed, or they just genuinely don't like overweight people for whatever reason because they're, rude. But for whatever reason, something in their world is not right. And to be okay with saying something so mean to someone, it says more about their character than anything. So do not take that to heart. Don't listen to them. You're doing you. Keep doing you. Let them do them somewhere else.
Yeah. So lots of comments about how that was rude and nasty for them to say that on your channel, and for what they said to you too, Carolyn. That's just, I mean, it's horrible. It's people who hate their own lives, Nikki. Yeah. I think a lot of times that is what it is, or like Carolyn said, there's some jealousy in it that they don't want to admit.
Yeah. And I mean, not even saying that, I'm something to be jealous of, but I'm just saying, they could just be jealous that you have a YouTube channel and they don't, or something in their life.
You have something to be jealous of. You are a great content creator, Carolyn. Your video editing skills are amazing and so impressive. And the way you edit it together, you do such whatever. I could talk about how great I think Carolyn is for a long, long time, guys. So definitely go check her out. Said it was when the dogs pulled me on the bike. I remember that video. I would have never thought that. That's the dogs love to do that. That's what gives them pride and joy.
Well, and if anything, you're caring because you're giving your dog exercise. Hello.
It's all about perspective, right? CW, yeah, fur babies are important. We know I love my fur babies.
I feel like there was a quote recently that I saw about that.
Okay. I'll scroll through some of these comments. LB says, luckily we have each other for genuine support. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm not the sub for sub type of person, which we've talked about before. I sub to the people that I actually appreciate. So if I'm watching your videos and you're getting comments from me, that means that I want to see what you're doing and I'm interested in your journey.
Oh, I don't remember where I had that quote at. I'm not sure where that quote was, but it was just the gist of, if someone makes a mean comment to you or says something mean to you, don't take it to heart. That says more about them than you. And I try to remember that, especially with doing YouTube, because you're really putting yourself out there. And everyone who makes a YouTube video and are trying to talk about their experiences, or not even the video that I got the mean comment on, it was what I eat in the day video. And the person was like, you don't even need the drink mixes and stuff like that. You don't need any of that stuff. That's not helping you. And it's like, this stuff is helping me. And if I'm going to talk to people about it and, try to inspire someone else to do it, then I'm going to share it, because for me, it's always been, if I can help one person out of this, that means the world to me. That's been enough. And it says so much about a person if they're willing to say something mean, especially going online and typing it out. Like, you took time to do that. Thank you. I was that important to you.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Well, I will say, for the record, Carolyn, here's your one person that you can definitely know you changed their life, and I appreciate it, and I'm glad to know you and call you my friend.
Thank you. I'm glad to call you my friend too.
Yeah, trolls are funny little jerks, though. Sometimes they are.
I love the way you said that, though. Funny little jerks.
Yeah, they are funny little jerks. Sometimes it does make me laugh. And I wanted to go back to this. No, I didn't see the comment about Deanna's toes. And I'm sorry, Deanna, that you have to go through. I'm going to assume it was from the video where you did the foot peel, because that's the only video I can think of where I might have seen your feet. But yeah, people are. I don't know. People are people.
And people that get weird about the feet.
There are a lot of people who get weird about it, which is why when I say because I'm a shoe person, but it's not like in that kind of weird, creepy way. I just really like the look of shoes. I think, and I wear Crocs, so not my shoes, your shoes, not like other people's shoes. Yeah, I agree about what it says about their character, Carolyn. Yeah, absolutely. Carolyn says, when people behave that way, there's something wrong with them. She feels so grateful to not be in that sick place. We have to love ourselves so much that their words mean nothing. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Oh, Davidson's back. Hey, Davidson. Yeah, don't even allow people like that to take a moment of your energy. Yeah, they're not worthy of our time, for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Absorb their anger and let it make you stronger. Yeah, I wish more people could do that, Davidson. A lot of people are still just not there yet. And that goes to something we were talking about earlier, Carolyn, when you were trying to find that quote, was and what I always say is, what you think about me is none of my business.
Yeah.
And it doesn't impact me at all. Now, not 100% of the time. Sometimes it hurts. I'm not gonna lie, but that's what I always try to keep in my mind is what they think about me doesn't change me. But I also sometimes want to hear what people say, because sometimes in those mean comments, if you do get really offended by it, it's because there may be a piece of truth for you in it. And sometimes we have to identify that in ourselves too. Like when he said, but I like fat girls, and you're like, but I don't want to be called that. You know, at least you know that that's what sort of triggered that weird reaction in you.
Like I mean, there's some dudes out there that like the big girls, and it's like they like to make it known that they like the big girls, and it's like, don't refer to me as a big girl. It's not very nice. Like, I know I'm a big girl. You don't have to tell me I'm fat. Like, come on.
Yeah. All right, here. I know I said we would be at the top. Last call for shout outs, everybody. Last call. I'm not going to take up any more Carolyn's time today. I'm just going to scroll through the last of these comments. Yeah, it can absolutely make you stronger.
Yeah, and I think also if you're reading a mean comment about yourself, a lot of times it's not even about you. Because for that really mean one I got, like I read that and I was like, because there was more to the comment, but it's like, I know that's not me. So obviously this doesn't bother me because you don't know me. You know, like I know my character. I know what I'm doing to try to get myself healthy. And I know your perspective of it. You don't know anything about me or anything about my life. That this comment is irrelevant. Is pretty much how I took it. So
yeah, and that's a great way to think about it. And I know people struggle with being able to do that, but it is a good way to think about it. Is they obviously, you know, that's not you, so you know that comment couldn't have actually had anything to do with you. On video, but say it respectful. So Mary's saying that they can say things in a respectful, like I agree, but here's why. And I've had people do that on some of my videos. Like here's what I don't think you're doing properly, in my opinion. And I'll read it and I'll take it in. And sometimes I may agree, and sometimes again it may trigger something in me. So I try to figure out what was it in that comment that maybe I am having an issue with that I'm not ready to talk about yet. But, oh, Jilly. Hey, Jilly. Yep. We're trying to wrap it up, Jilly, to be honest. But I've been trying to do that for a minute, and y'all just got so busy in the comments. Yes, he wanted more of my feedback. I'm sorry, Deanna. I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sure it was not a fun comment, but people are weird. So glad the live popped up and recommended so we can get our point of views. Yeah, and I'm glad that we were having people here who could show you support and know that those comments don't reflect who you are and how you live your life. So we bounce really well off each other. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so the next joint one we should do should be on Carolyn's channel. So don't know when yet, but we've already talked about it a little bit. So yeah, there was a foot fetish guy, great mindset. So many of you on the live stream have helped in so many different ways. Absolutely. This is my community right here. And I love you all. People. You are our people. That is absolutely correct. Yeah, absolutely right. So Davidson says that considering everything, the negative comments are pretty rare and most of the people are amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah, really even like the people that are just like, they pop in the comments and they're like, you know, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Like those, I still love those too. It's like you don't have to leave a lengthy comment on there. I still like the feedback, and you know, I appreciate you taking the time to just let me know that you're wishing me a well thought. Like that's super nice, and it's random people, you know, and I love that.
Yeah, and I love too, and I've said this and we've talked about it. Like CW is one of my people who's been following me for a long time, but is not a content creator. Yeah. And I love all the comments, whether you're a content creator or not. I know Deanna had said earlier in a chat, I don't think I clicked on it, but she said something about sometimes her dogs will be in the way, so she'll just leave you a little heart. But I love that because that means that you were there and showing support. And I absolutely think that's great. Thank you, Teresa. Shout out to us. Oh yeah, no, we're not going to say that out loud, but no, I got what you meant. You know what, Julie, let me, since you just joined, give you a channel shout out. Julie's doing the 67-day Beatrice Caruso challenge as well for some of those of you who are doing it. What comment about bigger people do you hate the most? For me, it's, and it's something that Carolyn had mentioned in her video, and then that Sarah had mentioned in her video as well. Even though my take is the opposite, it's still the same sort of thing where I think it's where you judge people's size based off of assumptions you make on what they eat. Like put the food down or just don't eat that much. Or for me, they tell me just eat. If it were that easy, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
so for me, that's the comments that I hate the most is when people are like, well, you're wrong because of this. But that's not my truth. Oh, I got a little angry even thinking about it and talking about it. Oops.
Misty's coming out.
I don't understand. I would never do that to anyone. I may not know what it's like to be a binge eater. I do overeat sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I've told y'all fruit for me is definitely, I could eat a whole watermelon until I'd be so sick. But most of the time my struggle has been in my life not eating. And so that's why that's one of my biggest ones that I hate. And we're still just so many comments. Thank you, ladies, for the wonderful live. Thank you, Cheryl, for joining. I'm glad you were here.
Hey, guys. They made it. Did you guys finish the 5K, Derek and Jenny?
Oh, Derek and Jenny are here. Derek and Jenny, hey, yeah, did you finish the 5K? I think so. I think I saw him post that they had done it at a park already.
Okay. Yay.
Julie said Julie said sort of the same thing. She doesn't like giving opinions on what she eats, so she doesn't share it much anymore. I'm assuming you mean you don't want other people to give you opinions. And sometimes that's why I don't like doing the what I eat in a day videos or showing y'all what I eat, because then one, you get to see how little I truly eat, and that's a little triggering for me still. So sometimes I just forget. Well, she says we can't stop. We can't stop. Oh no, we can. I can do it. I can wrap up this live stream.
There's a snowball on top of a hill.
No. Let's see. Take care. Thank you, a beer. Love my reactions. Appreciate that. I hate when people tell me to stop eating and then mention that you're too big or fat. Yeah. Derek saying hi. You are amazing, Lexi. Yeah, you are amazing. Yeah, they did it at Fort DeSoto Park. Yeah, I thought I had seen that earlier. I'm excited to see everybody's videos about the 5K. Again, everybody, when you watch mine, there's lots of crying. Just there are lots of crying. Everybody's saying hi and have a great weekend. Becky must be gone. Sugar Ducky. Okay, I think we're getting caught up now to the end here, so I'm going to start wrapping it up. Thank you again, Carolyn, for joining me today. It has been just a good time. I'm really glad that you're here. Do you have any final words for your people?
My people. Thank you for watching, first of all. And thank you for always being supportive. You guys are awesome. And keep trucking on your journey and you'll get where you want to be. So.
And we'll be here to watch if you're a content creator. And if you're not, please just keep commenting on my channel because I like talking to y'all there. CW is the reason that I'm going to be starting Keto Chow. So, all right. So, Julie says, no, don't go. Sorry, Julie. I've already taken up 2 hours of Carolyn's time today, much less all of y'all. It's almost 2.5, really, because we chatted a little bit before. So sorry for everyone who's just joining. But thanks, Mom. It was fantastic. I'm glad y'all had a time. We love you too, LB. Again, thank you, LB, for getting me into that 5K. That will always mean more than you know. No, you're awesome. Thanks, Lexi. I appreciate that. OCW says, don't stop. I have to stop. I can't let her go. It was amazing. We love y'all too. Great show today, guys. It was a bit of a show, wasn't it?
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. So now, I have to tell you that as we end it, there is a special way that I end the lives. Are you aware of what that is?
No. If you did it and I don't remember, I feel bad, but no.
Nope, that's fine. That's fine. It has become a tradition, and I don't know if Bella is even still here anymore, but at the end of every live stream that Bella did, she used to wave, and it was my favorite part. And so I started calling it the Bella wave. So as we tell the people goodbye, Carolyn, I'm going to give us a countdown of 3.
Wait, like, are we doing a regular, like a goofy wave? Like, that was a little too goofy. Or are we doing like the princess wave?
I will let you choose to do your end of live stream wave.
I mean, I wave at the end of my videos usually, so yeah.
You know what? Actually, let me just switch it out. I'm going to switch this to a little bit wider of a view.
Hey-o.
Oh, nice background. I should have had that for you the whole time.
It's my area.
Lovely. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining. I appreciate you all being here more than you know. We both do. Carolyn, thank you. Thank you to Carolyn's family for letting me trap her for a little while. And we're going to go ahead and let y'all go today. Like this video if you like it. Dislike it if you didn't. Subscribe if you know how. Comment down below. Were you here for the live or did you have to catch it on replay? And until next time, we'll see you real soon. We're going to go in 1, 2, 3.
Bye, guys.